All right. Howdy, and welcome to your All Levels Core Connection for Women in Midlife. My name is Regina. You don't really need much, maybe a couple of blocks or a couple of small hand cushions if you have them, and it's about all you'll need. All right, so let's begin. We're going to bend the knees to roll the body on down. Take a little wiggle and shift to ensure that you have enough room for your hips, your shoulders, your spine. And I'm going to get my mic because I forgot to get on. As you settle into your space on your mat, go ahead and begin to ground down through your feet. Feel the back of your body, the back of your head. Kathy, would you like me to turn the overhead light off? No. All right. So with the beginning of our core connection here, we want to connect with the breath that will really activate deep into the abdomen. And as a reminder, your deep core runs from the inside edges of your large toes, up your inner legs, dives under your hips, hip bones in the front, and attaches to the front of your spine, right around the hip region. That's not one long continuous muscle. It's a connection after connection after connection. So we want to activate this chain. And you can take a moment to let your hands rest over the abdomen, just to bring that awareness to the physical body in the abdominal region, feeling the rise of the body as you breathe in, and the softening, the surrendering as you breathe out. Now, as we move into this pranayama, specifically for the core, the exhales will be a counted 6-count exhalation. If that doesn't work for you, follow your own breath. So we want to ensure that the tailbone is long toward the back of the heels, and the back of the head and neck are long, so you can slide a fist right between chin and chest, and it should just fit. This elongates the back of the neck. Pull the shoulder blades in toward the spine and down toward the hips. And we'll breathe in warm and wide into the belly. On the exhale, tilt the pelvis toward the ribs to flatten the low back, and continue to exhale for another 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in, let the body expand. And exhale, navel to spine, drawing the pelvis up toward the ribs. Another 4, 3, 2, 1. Breathe in. Breathe out. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Inhale. Exhale. Breathe in. Breathe out. And back to your natural breath. And you can stay right here for round 2 if you would like, or you can explore lengthening your legs down your mat. And if you take the long leg option, when we exhale, everything else stays the same, but you will also reach actively through the heels, and this will draw the back of the knees closer to the earth and really activate the deep core line through the legs. So take a full breath in and out. Breathe in, warm and wide. And we exhale for 6. Tilting the pelvis toward the ribs, navel toward the spine, reaching through the heels. Another 3, two, one. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale, inhale, and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. One more. Exhale. And release to your natural breath. You might keep the legs long, or you could bend the knees again, whichever feels best for your body. Notice any sensations, any transfer of energy, vibrations. And then if you'd like to use a lightweight block or a toss cushion, you can bring it between the left thigh and the right hand. So we're bringing the left knee over the hip. We're going to keep that same alignment of the core engaged when we exhale, drawing the ribs and the hips toward each other, that little tilt up of the pelvis so that the low back goes flat. But we want to resist the hand and the leg into one another with the exhalation. Breathe in. And breathe out for 6. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. Again, exhale. One more. Exhale and release. Bring the foot down, take a breath in and out. Just a little reset. As you're ready, right knee stacks over right hip, left hand crosses to the left thigh. Breathe in through the nose and resist on that exhale. 6. In breath. Exhale, pelvis tilts up. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale, exhale. One more. Exhale. And release. All right. We're going to finish with 2 double knees. If that's not good for you, you can do one more of each side. So stacking the knees over the hips, lengthening the spine, keeping the chin fist distance from the chest. Breathe in and resist as you exhale for 6. Breathe in and breathe out. And hug the knees in. A good squeeze. Maybe move through your ankles, circles, petals, wiggle the toes. And on an exhale, lower your knees to your left side, stacking the right hip on top of the left, keeping the shoulder blades down, and maybe your chin eases to your right. 3 slow, steady breaths in spinal rotation. And then we'll gently ease back to center. Hug the legs in and exhale to your right, shoulders down. And then we'll inhale back to center. Go ahead and hug both knees in. Maybe let the knees circle in the air and massage your low back. And switch direction of the knees. Very good. As you're ready, lift your leg into the air. And you can add the arms here if you would like and give them a good shake. And then we can circle ankles and wrists, open and close fingers, wiggle toes. All right, moving into our dead bug. We want that long neck, the shoulders down and in, and we want the core engaged. So low back is pressed down to the ground. Take an exhale and lower left leg and right arm any amount. You don't have to go to the floor. You're just looking for an extension away from the body. And then we'll inhale, keeping the low back pressed into the ground. Bring the arm and leg back to the spot they began, so right over the joints. Exhale, left arm, right leg. And we're doing our best to keep the other arm and leg in place without a lot of movement. And low back is pressed into the ground as you exhale the leg and arm back to center. Or inhale. Sorry about that. Exhale to lower and extend. So we're just going to continue to alternate sides. Inhale to ease back up, slow and controlled. Exhale, right leg, left arm. Inhale up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Move slowly, stay in control. Only go as far as you're comfortable with. Inhale back up. Good. Slow and steady. One more time each side, finding that extension. Navel to spine, low back is down. And then hold the arms and legs in the air. Give them a little shake. Good. Hug the legs in to the chest. Maybe wiggle through your shoulders. And then we'll stack the knees over the hips And we're going to take toe taps. You can bring the arms down alongside you. We're still pressing the low back to the ground, moving from the hips. So the knees are at a 90-degree angle, and we keep that as we move from the hip, pardon me, to lower the left foot closer to the floor. It might come down all the way, it might not. And then we'll inhale the leg back up. Switch to the right, keeping, do not bend the knee anymore to bring the foot down. I'm not sure where this frog's coming from, but you're just lowering from the hip and then coming back up. Lower from the hip and back up. Good. Keeping the low back anchored down and navel towards spine. Exhale to lower. Inhale back up. Hold both knees over the hips, and we'll do the last 4 together. So really strong navel to spine. Exhale, lower the left leg any amount, keeping that 90-degree at the knee. Inhale, back up. Keep pressing the ground, the back to the ground. Exhale, right. Inhale, up. Exhale, left. Inhale. And exhale, right. Low back presses to the ground. Inhale. Whew, glad those are over. Knees in. Good. All right, we'll ease the body over onto the left side. If you would like to have a block under your hand here, you can, or some other object just to help you stabilize. And the right forearm will stay right against the hip bones. So the body is stacked. The bottom knee will bend. The top leg will be straight. Make sure you have a little room behind you as well as in front of you. And with that core engaged and the hips stabilized, we're going to flex through the right ankle and kick the leg forward for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come to center, pause, making sure we keep the body stacked, not letting it go forward or back. We're kicking behind for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Center the leg, turn the toes up, and we circle the leg for 8, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and reverse. 8, 7, 6, 5. Everybody's favorite. 3, 2, 1. Woohoo! Bring it down. And let's switch sides. Right, elbow under the shoulder, shoulder and hips are stacked. Bottom knee is bent, help you with stability. We lift the leg, flex the ankle, and we kick forward for 8, keeping the hips stationary. Here's 5, 4, navel to spine. 3, 2, 1. Center the leg, kick it back for 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3. Really squeezing into the glutes. Here's last one. Center, toes up, and circle for 8. Doesn't matter which direction you started. We'll go both. And reverse. Good. Here's 3, 2, 1. Woohoo! Go ahead and ease your body up with a little zigzag in your legs. We'll release our hips. A little exhale away from the feet. And then inhale to center, lift the knees and let them swish a little bit. And then taking the feet to the other side. Inhale and exhale away from feet. And then we'll inhale back to the front and we'll make our way to tabletop. And from your tabletop, really spread the fingers and anchor into the corners of your hands. Draw the shoulder blades down, take a pause in a neutral spine, and just feel the body in space and notice the ground beneath you. On an exhale, lift the center of your spine. Lift the spine, lowers the tailbone and the crown. This is your cat pose. Feel free to linger here for an extra breath if you would like. And when you are ready, you'll inhale to lift the tailbone, roll through the spine. This releases the belly downward. The heart opens, the neck lengthens. Cow pose. And you're welcome to linger here for an extra breath or so. But as you're ready, the exhale flows your spine into cat pose. And your inhale flows you into cow. And one more time. And back to neutral. Stabilize your shoulder blades and navel towards spine. We'll send the right leg long behind. Maybe take a moment to tuck the toes and rock a little bit. And then once you're stable, maybe you lift the right leg straight out from the hip. So we're not popping the hip open. Both hip bones are facing the ground like a couple of headlights. Navel to spine, strong shoulders, long neck. Maybe you extend the left arm with the thumb toward the sky and the fingers softly placed into the left palm. Holding and breathing. Another 4, 3. You can always lower arm or leg or both. 2 and 1. Lower the hand, lower the leg. Take a moment to press your glutes back towards your heels. Come off the right wrist, maybe both wrists. Get a nice little circle. Each direction, wiggle the fingers. And then we'll ease the body back up. And we'll switch sides. So stabilize on the, or send the left leg back, tuck the toes for a moment, and just a little rock. Wake up the leg. But when you're ready, stack the right hip over the right knee. Hands can be either under the shoulders or forward of. Solid foundation in the hands and fingers. Navel to spine. When you're ready, extend the left leg. Maybe add the right arm, thumb up, fingers softly placed in the palm. This is Muradanda Mudra, which helps to provide a strong and stable spine. And with your next exhale, hand comes to the mat, the leg comes to the mat, and the hips ease back. Coming off the wrists so you can give them a little decompression, a release. Good. 3 more breaths here. And then we'll slowly inhale back up. And we're going into a plank hold. We spin around because I like to use a little timer for this. I'm going to grab that. Let me show you your variations, your options when it comes to a plank hold. So you can do a traditional plank hold, which is hands and toes. You can do hands with the toes in the air. You can come onto forearms with toes in the air. You can be on forearms with the toes tucked. In any of these, we do not want the hips sagging. We really want to keep them in line with the shoulders or a little bit higher. If you would rather go to the wall, you can do it there. You will simply plant your hands, walk your feet back, and engage the core. Stabilize the shoulders, all of the same cues. You're just on a wall instead of on the floor. If you have a chair or a tabletop or a countertop, you're welcome to use that as an option as well. All right, grabbing the timer. So we go for a 30-second hold, come in and out of it as much as you need to, and begin. So long neck, shoulders engaged, core engaged. If you're on your toes, actively reach through your heels. If you're on your knees, bring the toes high in the air so you're actually bearing weight forward of the kneecaps. Keep breathing. You're over halfway there. Five seconds. 3, 2, 1. You're done. Come on down. Decompress your wrists by circling the wrist with the opposite hand, open and close. And switch to the other. All right, we have one more. So set it up, finishing strong, and begin. If you're on your hands, really press into the corners. So that's going to be under the base of the thumbs, especially under the base of the index fingers, the pinkies, the outer corners, over halfway there. 4, 3, 2, 1. You're done. Come on down. And look at that, core connection complete. So decompress your wrists. And shift and wiggle through your shoulders. And when you're ready, make your way toward seated. Actually, let me finish with a little stretch. Grab a block. And let's take it. We're going to bend the knees to roll down. Lift the hips. Slide this right under the sacrum. So we'll just release the front of the body here. You can explore lengthening one leg or both. Maybe the arms open wide. Just letting the body breathe freely on its own accord. Grateful for all that your body does for you, for the strength that you have. And then bend the knees again if they are straight. Press into your feet to lift your hips and remove your block. Ease your hips down. Elongate the tailbone toward the heels. Take just a moment as you arrive on your back, letting everything realign. Then as you're ready, ease to your side and slowly up to seated. Thank you so much for allowing me to be a part of your journey. We look forward to seeing you in class again soon. Namaste.
Namaste.
Right. All right. Take care, y'all.